Hi friends, Happy New Year. How are you guys doing? I'll go first. I am not doing well. I just endured and suffered through probably the worst month of my life. Mental health wise, but also there was like a weird curse put on me. Still feeling pretty detached from it all, so I'm kind of just gonna itemize it and you guys decide if I'm being dramatic or not. But throughout the rest of this vlog, I don't know, you'll hear about it. But just to recap and kind of quickly, because I don't want to dwell on it all too long, but beginning in the month of December, a bunch of bad things started happening. Starting with my car. So my car had a lot of issues that had just been piling up with it. And one day, like, my engine started smoking. And so I was like, ugh, all right, finally time to go take this in. I ended up putting about $1,000 of maintenance and fixes into my car. So like, that sucked. Didn't help that I'm already riddled with credit card debt right now. A big part of that is because social media, like all of the algorithms change. TikTok now only pays you for videos over a minute, and that's just not my style of content on TikTok. YouTube, I don't know, I haven't been posting because I just got discouraged by views. On Instagram, I'm not making any kind of money there, even though that's the one, that's beside the point, that's beside the point. Then the ceiling collapsed. And that's when it really all went downhill. And by that, I mean my actual ceiling in my bedroom collapsed. I'll just play the TikTok here.
You guys, I just came home. Look at my bedroom.
What the hell? No, 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 no. Oh my
God. My ceiling fell? I just called my landlord and I was like, my ceiling fell? And he was like, what do you mean it fell? I was like, I don't know. There's a gaping hole in the roof. And he goes, in the roof? And I was like, well, not the roof, but the ceiling. The roof's fine. There's a pile of dirt and my whole bedroom looks like a volcanic eruption happened in here.
What the hell?
I just called my sister and I was like, dang, that's crazy. Now I gotta sleep in the living room. And she's like, Jacy, you could have died. That's your bed. That could have fallen on your head. And I was like, oh yeah. Although I wish God would have just put me out of my misery with the year I've had. So yeah, fun little death-flavored experience. Do you think my landlord will pay for a hotel? Because this looks like it's gonna take a minute to fix.
So right now I just have to remove all my stuff so they can patch up the building, but it looks like everything's like fossilized. Look, I had my makeup and it just got encased. My eyelash curler, I'm dead. I had like a plant there and oh my goodness, this is my nightmare. I don't know, just... Why am I doing this? So that was a logistical nightmare. One, I was scared because I was like, what the heck, is my ceiling gonna fall on me like elsewhere in my apartment? You know, my landlord didn't really do inspections. He didn't really like check anywhere else. But it's also just been such an ordeal because everything's dirty. In this vlog, I'll talk a little bit more about that. But that was just like, oh my God, like that's a crazy thing that happened. Then my car got broken into and they took so many things out of my car. And so like, that's the second time my car's been broken into this year. But one of the really bad things that happened was they took my garage door clicker as well as a lot of paperwork with my address on it. So not only do I not feel safe in my own apartment because the ceiling is literally falling, but somebody has my address and a way to access where I live, and that was really concerning. So I ended up staying at my brother's for like 2 weeks. He was out of town, so I was watching his cats anyway. I just slept over there because I was like, I don't even want to go back to my apartment and deal with it. And then like a bunch of, every day it was like there was bad news, and it was like small things, but they added up, you know? A third of my coworkers quit the ice cream shop, and like they were some of my favorite coworkers. And so that's already stressful because I know the hours are gonna increase, but I've had to call off a lot this month because of just mental health. My credit card debt has gotten so high, and social media just wasn't panning out that I started applying for jobs. I had been interviewing with this one job for a long time, and they basically told me that I had it. And then I got rejected. And so like that was, you know, a source of income I was excited about and like ready for. Didn't get that. And then it all really came to a head. And I remember on Christmas Eve, my best friend and his brother came over. They brought me tamales, and I had mentioned that like I have this curse on me now, like I'm at an all-time low. I can't leave the house. It's not safe. It's not safe out there, kind of as a joke. And it was really weird because on Christmas Day, my mom and I went to my aunt and uncle's house, the Vanderbrooks, and on the drive there, my dad called us and told us that my grandma had passed away on Christmas, and I felt like it was my fault because I was like, I left the house. I knew I had this curse on me. I shouldn't have left the house. And it's like, you know, she was older, grandparents pass away, but she was my last grandparent, and I think it was just all these compounding things all happening within the span of like 2 or 3 weeks. I was at an all-time low, you guys. And it's January now. I do want to say that I am feeling better, but I barely made it out of 2023, I feel like. But that's kind of just like the general recap of like the specific things that happened and specific events. But throughout this vlog, it's gonna kind of just be like me recovering from it all. It's gonna be me finally getting my apartment cleaned up from this crazy ceiling collapse. It's me getting all my stuff in order. And also just giving you guys a better insight into the mental health side of things as well. Because, you know, things happen, but I also feel like because of my bipolar and the depression episodes that I was getting, it was really scary. So that's what this vlog's gonna be about. And I was going to honestly like not come back to social media, at least for a while. I'll always be on social media. I love this, even if it's not like a main source of income. I think I would still always do YouTube, post on Instagram. You know, it really is a passion and a joy and a hobby. But in reflecting on, you know, being in this new year, some of the words of the year that I want to focus on are transparency, honesty, and being unfiltered. And I think it's gonna start with this vlog because I tend to hide the darkness in me because I want people to see the sunshine, and it's not always the case, you guys. So here's a vlog of what I've been going through. But one of the things that I'm dealing with today is my ceiling collapse. So my ceiling collapsed in my bedroom, and it kind of came at the worst time ever during the holiday season where I just had a lot to do, but also mentally I wasn't all there. And I've actually been staying at my brother's for almost 2 weeks because I haven't been able to deal with it. But it is the new year and it's time to get back, I don't know, into my own apartment. So I had to buy all new bedding, unfortunately, because it completely destroyed my bedding and my pillows. So I just got some bedding, some new pillows. It also ruined a lot of my like makeup because I had all my makeup brushes out on my desk and it got cased in just an absolute layer of dirt. My whole apartment is still kind of layered in dirt. I spent a long time cleaning, but I don't want to dwell on it too much. I kind of just want to get it over with. But I don't know, I bought new makeup stuff, I bought new bedding. I'm still really bummed. I thought I was going to be in a better mood, but after everything with the ceiling collapsing and, you know, the death of my grandmother, my car getting broken into, just a lot of other triggering stuff that happened, you know, it kind of sucks that, I've got to show this. My rent is now getting increased. So my ceiling fell and now they're raising my rent. Also, I get a lot of questions. I think my landlord is gonna pay me for a lot of this stuff because it was property damage. I can't use my rental insurance because my deductible's too high, so it's just not worth it. So hopefully he'll pay for some of these property damages, but I didn't want to get too crazy with it because I don't know. I don't know, guys. I don't have a lot of answers. I'm just trying to get it all figured out. But I know I do need to vlog because my rent's increasing. I'm gonna need some more income. So let's reset and redo our space for the new year just for a fresh start. So here's my bedroom currently. I have to put on all of the sheets. Here are all the paper towels that I use to clean everything because absolutely everything in here was encased in a layer of dirt. And honestly, I did my best. I didn't even do that great, but I don't know, guys. I'm just doing my best. I still have to vacuum back here. Basically, my whole floor kind of looked like this. It was all gravel and dirt, and I don't know what came out of my ceiling. And here's the ceiling. Clearly, there's a big square of where it fell. And what I think is funny is he tried to match the popcorn ceiling instead of just removing it. You know, the landlord special, just getting rid of it. So let's clean this up. Okay, so I don't know if you can even see, but I'm putting my bed back together and the bed frame did break under the crushing weight of the ceiling dirt. But I'm not gonna lie to you, I do not have the mental fortitude to go buy a new bed frame and add that to my tally of things. It's not completely broken, but I am gonna try to save it from the edge of collapse. So I'm gonna put my like wrapping paper stuff right underneath that weak spot just to kind of reinforce it a little bit, because I guess I won't really need this for another year, so I can shove it under my bed and add some reinforcement there. But the challenges continue. So my bedspread is on. I used to have a white one, but we're gonna switch it up and go with this bluish green. And it's funny, when I was buying this, my mom and I are arguing over what color it was because she's convinced it's more green than blue, but I mean, the eyes do not deceive. I'm not in love with it because I have a full bed, and full bedding is so weird because it's like full or queen. And so there's just like, there's so much overhang because I don't have a queen, and it's kind of just dragging on the floor. So I don't know, maybe when I become a millionaire, I'll buy a bed frame that is platform and not breaking, and that is probably safer to sleep on, but who knows. Look, my pillows aren't even big enough for the shams. There's like 6 inches of space everywhere because I guess I bought, I don't know, king shams for king pillows. What the fuck are king pillows? I don't know. I don't know.
Please don't break. Please don't fall. Please don't fall. Please don't fall.
So found some more stuff I didn't wipe off. You can barely tell, but all these shoes, and this is all dirty. I don't know if you can even tell. I don't care. It's a new day because I got annoyed, but we're continuing to refresh my space and undecorate for Christmas. So I was not in the Christmas spirit at all this year. Like, it just didn't even feel like Christmas in general, regardless of all the things that happened. So all I had the energy to put up was this little tree, but this little tree is the most sentimental Christmas decor that I have because I collect ornaments. So during all of my travels, I go and I buy a little ornament representative of the place that I'm staying. Duh, go figure, Jacy. So this kind of feels like looking through a little scrapbook every year. And it was, the duality of it was really complicated because I'll probably have to I will do a main channel video someday on just how low everything got for me this month. Like, it was really an all-time low and scary at that. And so it was really weird because all of these ornaments are from all the places that I've traveled to these past couple of years. I went to Memphis, San Francisco, London, Paris, New York. Like, what a privileged and lucky life that I live. But it was so hard opening up these ornaments and looking through them and being like, well, I've seen all I wanted to see. Like, it's hard. It's kind of like I had nothing to look forward to. So in spite of having all these trips under my belt and all of these memories, made me feel even more sad because it was just kind of like, I don't know, that I did it all, you know? I don't know. So, even though I won't be booking any trips anytime soon, I will tell you about something else that I kind of signed up for. But first, let me undecorate this tree and put it away. Okay, so here is my electric blanket that I'm very fond of and kind of need during the winter. I have now washed this twice, and as you can see, there's still just dirt cemented into it, and my parents are like, it's done, it's too damaged and gross, but I think I'm just gonna try to soak it one more time and then wash it for a third time, because I don't think my landlord will cover the cost of this. It's really complicated. Putting in some laundry detergent, I don't know. All right, gonna let that soak for a little bit, and then I have a scrub brush that I'm gonna try to scrub it out with and see if it's salvageable. So when my ceiling collapsed, there was such a dirt mound that happened in here that all of my sweatshirts got covered in dirt. So that was part of the like 10 loads of laundry that I had to do. So let me put these away while I'll tell you some exciting news. So one of the reasons I got really stuck towards the end of the year, curse aside, jinx aside, was I've been feeling really just lost in life. And I feel like I really did have one of the best and worst years ever, because at mid-year, I quit my job and I started this bucket list adventure on this vlog channel, and I was feeling really fulfilled in that because I was doing things I'd never done before, as well as traveling the country, seeing friends, and interviewing people, which is one of my career goals. I also had several international trips planned, and I had been talking about going to Paris for the very first time and how excited I was for that. So I finished the bucket list, and, you know, nothing really came of it. And I kind of like quit my job and went into a lot of credit card debt for not that much payoff. And then I finally went on this European vacation with my sister. We went to Paris, and I don't know if you know what Paris syndrome is, but it's basically where, like, Paris, you build it up so much in your mind that when you get there, like, you essentially almost get sick because it just doesn't live up to your expectations. I got the opposite of that. And what I mean is that I feel like I've never been happier than when I was in Paris with my sister. I truly felt like I was peaking in life, and that this was as good as it's gonna get. Like, this is your peak in life, as bad as that sounds. And so when I got back and I finished everything that was on my to-do list for the entire year, I got to such a low point because I had nothing to look forward to. And I feel like, again, this feeling that, like, okay, that was as good as everything's gonna get. So you can either accept that it's all gonna be downhill from here, or you can make the most of it. And I haven't really been able to collect my thoughts in terms of this past month and like everything that's been going on and how it's really been making me feel. But one thing that I know that I really needed was something to look forward to, because I just felt like I was floating in this void. I had to go beg for my job back. My career was stagnated for such a long time and wasn't really progressing as I wanted to, that I just needed something to look forward to. And it can't be another trip because I am swimming in debt right now and I have not started paying back my student loans, so that's a no-go. So what I decided to do instead was to sign up for a half marathon. Woohoo! So I will be running in the LA half marathon on St. Patrick's Day of this year, and I think it'll be good for me because I have to train for it. I know I go to the gym, but like I'm not a runner. I don't like that the ground doesn't move for me outside like it does with the treadmill, but it should be interesting, but also like give me something to do, a goal to work towards that is physically beneficial. It'll help me get a little healthier because I do have some other goals I'll tell you guys about in a second. So I don't know, I told myself if I survive 2023, then you gotta do some new, interesting, cool things that's gonna be good for you in 2024. So I guess running 13.1 miles is gonna be one of them. I also have a cajillion dishes to do because depression. But like I was saying, with this marathon, I really just think I needed something to look forward to. The worst part about it is not the training that I'm gonna have to do or the eating healthy, it's that I have to raise, I think it's like $700. So for the LA marathon, the full marathon you can just sign up for, but for the half marathon, you have to raise money because it's a charity half marathon. And I really want to do the LA marathon because there are so many other half marathons out there, but like they go in circles. Like it's literally just for distance. And I was like, I don't have the mental capacity to be in my own brain for 2.5 hours going in circles. I need some scenery. So at least with the LA Marathon, it like starts at Dodger Stadium and then works its way towards Century City, and it passes by a bunch of cool landmarks and a lot more visual of a race. So I'm excited for that. But I might be asking you guys to, I don't know, donate towards me. I don't know, I'm not good at fundraising, but I'll leave a link in the bio of if you guys want to donate, even $5 or $10 or $1, whatever you are able to, it helps. Somebody's calling me. It was my brother who's calling. Say hi, Chad. Say hi to the vlog. Oh wait, can they even hear you? I have earphones in. It doesn't matter. Chad says hi, everyone. Sorry, I'm all scatterbrained. I don't remember where I left off because my brother just FaceTimed me. He and Jenny just went to Japan for Christmas and New Year's, so we didn't get to see them for the holiday, but I've been cat sitting for them. And so they just got home today, so I was just checking in, making sure all the cats were fine. Yesterday was New Year's Eve, my time, so I'm sure they were pretty riled up from all the fireworks going on out here, because those can always be really anxiety-inducing. But shout out to his cats, because cat sitting kept, I don't know, I don't want to say kept me alive, but having to take care of his cats and like having his cats be there while I feel like I'm going through this really weird low point in my life. I don't know, they were very helpful, so thank you to Lupin and Miso. But as I was saying, with this half marathon, some of my other goals that I want to do is to just get healthier again. I am at my worst I've ever been physically, and I don't mean weight-wise or strength-wise, but I think I've lived off of Christmas cookies this past December. I think I had my first vegetable today for the first time in like a month. I never went grocery shopping in December. I was living off of event food, work trades, leftovers from my parents' house and my other family members' house. And I'm pretty sure half of my meals came from me just eating ice cream at work because it was free and I was stressed, and I was like, oh, what's another 2 scoops gonna hurt? My blood is made out of hot fudge, it feels like. I feel like tar on the inside. So I'm really hoping with training for this half marathon, I can focus on some new health goals. So some of those include, I will be doing a completely dry January of everything. So no alcohol, no weed, which also this year is the year I'm gonna be like more transparent and honest about things. I also got really, really, really bad with weed this past end of the year. And I had nothing to look forward to except, okay, I guess I'll go home and get high tonight and watch a movie and scroll on TikTok for 10 million hours. And I don't want to be doing that anymore for obvious reasons. So no more drinking, no more drugs. I also want to do dry shopping. I don't know, I'm kind of coupling it in there. I really, really need to save money. So I'm going to do a no spend January to where I can only spend gift cards and essentials, because I have everything I need. I don't need to be thrifting. I don't need to be buying things for my house decor. There is one thing that I will buy that's one last treat yourself, and that is I'm gonna buy a nice pair of running shoes to train for this marathon. But that's it. No more shopping. I have all the clothes I need, all the decor. There's no reason. And the last thing I want to stay sober from, I'm going to be doing a no ice cream month at work. I need to stop eating the ice cream and stop eating it like it's freaking dinner, because it's disgusting. Like, look at my face breaking out. That's mostly from stress, but like, no more ice cream and no more scrolling. And so obviously I'm still gonna be on TikTok. I need to start posting more TikToks, in fact. But where I was just getting stuck was just the mindless scrolling. Like, my screen time, you guys, was concerning. And so how I'm gonna combat this is I'm still gonna be on TikTok, I'm still gonna scroll on Instagram, you know, those are the content that I like to consume. I don't really watch TV, but I'm gonna try to more habit stack with those. So what I mean is I can only scroll on TikTok when I'm stretching, because stretching is gonna help me for my marathon, make me feel better, and that way habit stack there. I can only watch YouTube when I'm cooking, when I'm doing my skincare, or when I'm doing some other type of activity. What I'm trying to avoid is just sitting there and getting on my phone and watching my phone like TV sort of thing. So just trying to make sure that I'm stacking all the habits in healthier ways, so that way it's like, yeah, you can still do it, but make sure you're also like taking care of yourself. I don't know, does that make sense? I'm not really sure. But one of the things I want to do, this little bad boy here, this is what really really got me bad. This is a weed cartridge, I don't really know. So these are like the concentrated like form of marijuana, and you take a hit of it and you get really high really fast. I was doing this so much, I was hitting it like a vape, and I was essentially, I think I was high just all of December. It was the only thing I could do to just numb, if I'm being honest. It was the only thing to like keep me from crying. And it's awful that I was doing it so much that it almost really doesn't even affect me anymore. So these are the carts. I'm gonna be tossing these. I'm done. They're empty, so it's not like I'm wasting it. But I'm gonna toss these. I'll put this back in my safe, and we're gonna go take a little tea break and not do that anymore, because that put me in a bad place. I still enjoy it. I still will partake in the future, but right now I just need a full reset to just start feeling like myself again. This vlog is weird because I'm not me, you know? I'm sure you guys can tell. I don't know, I just feel like I said before, that like life has been happening to me, and I just need to gain some semblance of control back. So this month I'm just gonna be focusing on doing that. I'm not gonna make any plans with friends. I'm not gonna plan trips or go crazy. I just need to get Jacy back. So we're getting there, team. Also, this is the puzzle that I'm working on. It's a bunch of like artsy shot glasses. But what's really annoying is that I finished all of the colorful shot glasses, and all that I have left are like all of the background pieces. So this is gonna take me a while, but I do want to end up like coating this and hanging it up. I'm still debating if I want to hang it over there above my sink or put it in my bedroom, because some of the colors match my new bedspread. So stay tuned for puzzle updates. I know, really enthralling stuff, you guys. And I know the lighting is horrible, but update on the blanket. The water is disgusting. Again, this is after washing it twice. But I think it's damaged goods. I just scrubbed all of this and clearly it's not coming out. So RIP to my expensive electric blanket. You will be missed. And one last check-in. Yeah, if that's what's coming out from soaking it, I don't think I want to be sleeping with this blanket. Gross. One of the comments that I got was that like the dirt that came out of my ceiling could have been asbestos. It could have been like bat poop. It could have been something harmful and, you know, toxic for me to be breathing in. So maybe it's not such a bad thing that I toss my electric blanket that is covered in this ceiling dirt, because I don't know what it is, but we're taking a big financial loss with this ceiling stuff. Another question that I got was, can I use renter's insurance? I have renter's insurance, but my deductible I think was like $2,500. I'm not gonna use that for a bedspread and a hamper that got broken, or, you know, an electric blanket. It wasn't worth it. So best case scenario is that my landlord will pay for some property damages, since technically like it was the property's fault. But he's also not required. I've been looking into it, so it's been a lot. So let's hope that my landlord, in spite of raising my rent, will be nice to me. So one of the things that sucks about depression, among many other things, is how it really does just rot you from the inside out. And I'm noticing it a lot in my physical appearance. So my hair has been falling out like crazy, and it's been alarming how like I can pull out full strands. I'll actually put a photo here of a shower that I had recently where so much hair was just coming out, and my hair has thinned out so much in the last 2 months that I started noticing it because I would, you know, tie my rubber band once before, and now my rubber band can loop 2, even 3 times, and I feel like it's the least amount of hair that I've ever had. And I went brown, I went brunette earlier this fall because the blonde was hard to maintain and it was causing a lot of damage anyway, so I'm sure there's some existing damage from just being blonde, but it's not good when part of your brand is your curly hair and it's falling out in clumps. The other weird thing is that I haven't styled it in about a month and a half. I haven't worn my hair big. It's just been all buns. I don't know how far back my hairline has receded because of that, because I just throw it up in a bun for the past, 60 days. I'm not gonna do it today either. I still don't feel like doing it, but I'm also a little disheartened because I don't want to see how not voluminous my hair is or how much curl pattern I've lost, or I don't know. So stay tuned for a future vlog where I finally do my hair. The other way that I've noticed is obviously my skin. Now this is definitely because, I was surviving off a diet of Christmas cookies and coffee, and I would actively avoid water. Like I would literally pour myself a glass of water and sit there and look at it. Like I just couldn't bring myself to drink water. So obviously that's gonna manifest into some not so great skin texture, but I got my 3rd ever stress zit. So I have this like stress zit, this depression zit, and it's just a big zit that appears on my cheeks and turns black and doesn't go away for a while. Here was mine this year. The last 2 times I got this stress zit, one was during my breakup from an 8-year-long relationship. The other one was actually during Vlogmas a few years ago. And then of course, like I started going back to the gym for the past 3 days, getting back into it for this half marathon, and my heart hurts. Like it physically hurts because I haven't been doing any movement. And so like running on the treadmill feels like climbing Mount Everest. I feel like I weigh 1,000 pounds because I'm like cramping. I'm trying to detox my body, and it's just not used to it after a month of rotting in bed. So that's been hopefully something I'll conquer because I have to run 13 miles eventually. But I am a few days into 2024 and I really do feel better already. I truly feel like a curse has been lifted and that there's this overwhelming sense of relief that I survived last year. It just felt like towards the end there that the universe was like, I don't know, like you're ready for, the next step, or that this is the hardest year of your life. So let's just pound you with every bad thing we have left, because in the new year, it'll be like a phoenix rising from the ashes. It'll be a full karmic reset. And as long as I could have just survived December and the year of 2023, then things will get better from here. And so I just really, really, really want to thank everyone. Everyone who helped me through it, because I got an overwhelming amount of support. Like, I feel like I put out cries for help for the first time in my life on social media and like in person, and telling people I'm not okay. And everybody like rose to the occasion and helped me so much. My family, the Vanderbrooks, the Guerreros. I had people on Instagram who that girl that I met at a bar like 4 years ago who I still follow on Instagram reached out. People from old jobs. Everybody who I worked with was so accommodating when I had to leave work early or had to call off. It just reminded me what an amazing support system I have. And I'm just so grateful for everyone. So if you messaged me, if you checked in on me, if you sent me photos of your dogs, which I got a lot, thank you, because you got me through this year. I wasn't expecting this to be the outro. I thought I was done crying in this vlog. Next vlog, maybe I'll do my hair and makeup. I'm getting back, Jacy, you guys. I really do feel better. And tomorrow I'm headed to Cleveland with my dad. We're meeting up with my sister for my grandma's funeral. And so once I get past that, I truly feel like 2024 is a fresh start. It is just a new chapter, a new beginning. I'm 30 years old and a new life begins. So thank you everyone for your support. And I hope you'll continue to support me. So I love you guys, and there will be another vlog. There will be lots of vlogs because I'm ready. So I love you guys. I'll see you in the next one. Toodles.